Sanmonani,
Ay, angas.
so Dumelang, Buenos Dias. Uh, well, that's one of the things I learned like while traveling. I learned a bit of Spanish because I was in Belize the past couple of weeks, but we'll come to that. Well, how does one explain, how does one express uh, their feelings about an experience that is still unfolding? Perceptive is only gained from a distance. Now, it's like I only got off a plane on Wednesday. I came back on Wednesday from a whole month of traveling. Um, my talk today is going to be about Monumental first, which is, firstly, before this trip, I had never had like a passport, but now I do have one, and it has 5 stamps on it. Um, I had never been on a plane. Now I've been on 16 planes within a month. I had never been like out of the country. Traveling within the last month has taught me quite a lot. Um, the first country I landed in was the USA. Uh, and well, I had like a perception about USA. I thought at every corner, like while I was driving like to where I was gonna stay from the airport, I thought every street corner I was gonna see a McDonald's, which wasn't true, but I still saw Starbucks. So, it was like okay. It threw me off guard a bit, but it taught me like to ask questions first before I can actually judge. And then I started asking questions from a point of learning rather than asking questions from a point of confirming my expectations, which is what happened in Costa Rica. We went after a week in New York. I went to Costa Rica and I spoke to kids there, and okay, I had the chance to speak with the kids there, and obviously the only reference they have to South Africa is National Geographic and Animal Planet. So now you obviously know what those channels are like content is. So it's like the first question was, is South Africa a jungle? Like, you don't seem like you come from the jungle. You don't have like animal skins and stuff. So it was somewhat a contrast to what they actually know. So I had to explain like that South Africa is a very diverse country. There are cities, there are townships, there are suburbs. Which is where the problem started, because one kid heard the word township. Now he knows suburbs and cities. Now he asked me, what's the difference between a city and like a township? So now I had to explain like what's the difference between those two. Now I had never been out of the country, and I had never like met people who don't know what's the difference. So I knew the difference, but I couldn't put it in words. So it was kind of challenging. I was like, hey, you're not supposed to be that smart. But then, hey, I tried my level best. But after that day, I made sure I went back to the hotel and I Googled what's the difference between like a township and a hotel. Well, now I know. Well, then after that, we went to Belize, which is also like a very diverse country, which I saw like people like I never thought I'd see. It's like I saw this guy who had skin like mine, like dark skin, but had blue eyes. I was like, whoa, okay, that's quite different. And then I met with there's this ethnic group, the Garifuna, which have an African background, and so it's like what I learned about them was actually made me like want to learn more about me about my country, because they were so proud of their country. They were so proud of who they are. They represented themselves in a very nice way. So I at times joined them when they danced. So it's like, well, I'm Sotho, but then, well, I can't say I'm Sotho because I can't speak that much Sotho. I speak isiSotho saselokishini nesiZulu saselokishini. Every language I speak is a language from the township, from the streets. It's not like a proper language. So now in New York, it's like now we all know, like we've seen Keeping Up with the Kardashians, all those glamorous shows. Now we know, like we think, we see them as shallow people. And that's what I had in mind, that every American is actually shallow. So I went there with that perception. But then the people I met, like the people like who welcomed me, the people I was gonna work with, were quite friendly, and they were the first people. Like, I've never met people like, people can't say like black or white. It's hard for people to talk about race, because once you put race into a conversation, it's like you automatically racist. So they were the first people who actually can say, I'm white, and they're proud of it, and you black. You know? So it made me realize that they actually can realize. So when a person says to you, I don't see, like, I see beyond your color. Like, it means, in a way, it means like, you don't see who I am. You don't want to see like who I am, because like being a filmmaker means the filmmaker is inside this black skin. So you can't say you recognize my talent as a filmmaker or as whatever without recognizing the largest organ in my body. So with that said, it's like I learned that there's far too much to learn, like in the world that we're living in. And I know sometimes we don't all have like cash to go to school and stuff, but then I think there's far too much to learn for all of education to be formal. Now, what I came back with, the information I came back with, is all information I couldn't learn from a textbook, but was learned from experiences, which is what tourism is going towards. It's no longer ecotourism, but experimental tourism. People don't no longer want to see animals and stuff and places and sites. They want to see how the people in that country live. So with that said, thank you.